With all the online marketing we've talked about in the previous sessions, we can't forget about offline marketing. Your print materials are what will drive a lot of the traffic to your website, to your blogs, to your videos, especially when you're a local business. As I mentioned in the beginning of the course, I used to own a printing company for about 18 years, so this is a topic that's very close to me and I'm very passionate about. We'll be breaking the print marketing into two sections. There's first your day-to-day print materials. So that would be your business cards, your rack cards, your posters, your flyers. And the second part will be the direct mail print marketing. So let's start with the day-to-day print materials.
I love technology. And I like to make it work for me as much as I can. But in certain areas, print has not been replaced by technology. One example of that are business cards. I have an example of my business card up here. There are some really cool apps out there for mobile devices, and I've tested lots of them that allow you to exchange contact information. But they seem to come and go, and when they go, the data I have collected sometimes goes with them. There are always these headlines in the news like the next great app that could kill business cards. Well, I've yet to find one of those apps. One of the problems I have with them is that I rely on the person I meet to have a compatible app on their phone. The other problem I have with it is that many of these apps are good at exchanging contact information, but when I hand out my business card, I want that person who receives it to get a feel for my brand. Quite literally, as I hand them the card, they feel my business card. The stock I have chosen, for example. My business card is really an extension of my corporate identity, the colors, the fonts, the design, and with an app, I can't control it. I don't care so much if they scan the card in later and transfer it to their electronic files. But in the moment where I hand someone my business card, I want them to dutifully treasure that little piece of cardstock for those obligatory few seconds before they put it away. A business card is a really powerful little marketing tool. And here in North America, the standard size for a business card is 3.5 inches by 2 inches. So you have 7 square inches of pure marketing opportunities. 14 if you're printing on both sides. Business cards are inexpensive to get and they can have a great impact. So don't cheap out on your business cards. And I'm not just saying that because I used to own a printing business. Don't print them on pre-perforated stock on your home printer. Get them professionally printed. And if you go through companies like Vistaprint, go ahead and resist that free option where they make you add the printed buy line off the back of your cards. They're still inexpensive to get, so spend the money and get them well done. Put them in quality paper. Use quality colors. Put some care into it. It is one of those marketing pieces that even if you're a small home-based business, with you as the sole employee of your business card can look as good as the business card of the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. One marketing piece you may also want to use in your business include rack cards and flyers and handouts, posters. And when you're designing these pieces, be very clear on your brand. We've talked about this lots before in this course. Make sure that your fonts, your colors, your imagery, and your logos are consistent. That really goes to the credibility and the building of the brand trust. With today's technology in printing, you have the ability to print on demand. That means you don't need to order thousands and thousands of records or flyers anymore and have them sit in an office closet being outdated long before you use them up. A much better strategy is to produce smaller print runs and update your designs frequently, adding relevant images and updated information. You may want to create a different printed piece for different target markets. So I have a little example here for you to show you what I mean. Let's say you're a real estate agent and you're going to be attending 2 trade shows in the near future. One is a home show geared towards consumers, and the other one is going to be held by a board of trade, networking event geared towards businesses. You'll have a much better response in your marketing when you're showcasing the residential buying and selling of homes at the consumer show and the commercial leasing and sales at the business show. Now, I'm not saying that there's not crossover. I would always list the crossover products smaller on the marketing materials, but when it comes to the main messaging and imaging, the target market should be addressed. In this case, we have the photo of the happy family with the beautiful family home as a nice choice for the residential marketing piece, and a clean modern commercial property would be an appropriate image choice for the commercial marketing piece. Another often overlooked print piece that can be greatly used and subtle in your marketing are your forms that you're using with your clients, internal forms, external forms, For example, an order form or confirmation form. Whenever you're using a form where the client receives a copy, there are great opportunities for you to include some advertising. Make sure you at the very least include your contact information, a little tagline summarizing on what you do. Those forms are one of those pieces that often stay around for a long time with a client simply because I need them. Keep in mind that if you want to do your print materials in a way that they play well with your other marketing strategies and tactics, the easiest way to do that is to include information about your other marketing channels on your print materials. People will see them and check them out. So let's go ahead and have a look at what information you should include with your print materials. The very first thing I want to talk about, and it seems like the most obvious one, is your contact information. This may sound like a no-brainer, but believe me when I say this, after 18 years in printing, it's not. Over the years, I've seen countless designs where the contact information was simply forgotten. And yes, I have to admit, it's happened to me too. But luckily, I've noticed it before I took them to print. It's so easy to get so focused on the design of the piece, making sure that everything looks just right. And there I missed completely the contact information, which is the most important piece, really. Your contact information should include your phone number, your email address, your website, and of course your address if you have a physical location. The next part that should be part of your print materials, and we have talked about this lots already, is your branding. Be consistent with your branding. Make sure your logo and your fonts and your colors are consistent throughout all your print and all your online marketing. And make sure to include your social media channels. On a business card where the space is limited, you may only be able to include little icons where you're indicating the platform, like a Facebook logo or LinkedIn logo. And you can also make sure on a YouTube logo, for example, include the YouTube logo and say youtube.com / your channel name, like our Facebook page, facebook.com, your page for special offers. So it's really important that people know how to find you once you hand over that printed piece of paper, that they know how to find you on your social media channels, because that's how the cross-marketing channel will happen for you. It's not just about the printed piece, you want to connect that. There's nothing better than to bring a brochure to life than to include a link to a video. And you can either do that by writing out your channel name and your link to your video, make sure it's not too long. Or another way of including that would be by using a QR code. And when somebody scans that with their mobile phone, it'll take them straight to your YouTube channel, to your video. And that's one of the best ways I personally know to bring your brochure really to life, literally.